Greetings, beloved family, beloved Templar family. I am Robin Davis. I am in service as your Grand Alchemist. I am an artist and I work with media and design and technology and as an oracle to blend these things together, to align my will with divine will, to do the work that we're come to do. I am Templar. I was guided to do this transmission. I call it a transmission from Source. And if that freaks you out in any way, you are probably in the wrong place, because we are all about aligning our will with divine will and opening up our gifts that we receive when we are lit up Christ consciousness and our signal is clear and pure and we are able to directly connect with divine and divine will and instruction and signs and symbols and swim through this new energetic that we are moving into. This particular transmission was very hard for me to begin, and I'm going to be probably channeling out what comes. I didn't make any script. I've been being prompted for some time to speak with you, our members, and also I think that I might, use this if it aligns and I'm directed to for just those who are feeling the call, who are feeling the call home, and who understand what the Templars, what the Order of the Temple of Solomon really is about. And those who have been called and who feel a familiarity and home here. First of all, I thank you, members, who have come and who have stayed and just knew in truth that you were in the right place. You'll have to forgive me if this is a bit meandering, because I'm just flowing with guidance for what to say here. You received a message from the Grand Master, Prince Matthew, who I have decided to continue to walk with. I was one of the original Grand Mastery members in the Restoration. I've been with the Order since 2014. On May 1st, I received guidance to step out of the Grand Mastery and away from the Order, because Spirit told me that some things were going to shake out. And I shared this with Prince Matthew, who didn't see it at first, but then it happened. And I have been trained and trust guidance that I receive. And I am a pattern recognition savant, if you will. It is a lot of the ways that I create, what I know. But patterns don't lie, and I received guidance in this way to step out, and that there was some purification to be done, even if I didn't know what it was. And some of it I had asked for, because I didn't feel that what was happening, how the Order was being restored, how the membership was being handled or not handled, was in the way that it was supposed to be, that we were supposed to be interacting, that we were supposed to know each other, that it is not top down, it is round table. And these weren't coming together. It was coming together in a very old and patriarchal way, which is not truly Templar. Templaric and chivalry is all about balance. It's all about balance, creating balance in this world, because that is how God designed it. In nature, in everything is balance. And when we are in perfect balance, divine harmony, aligned with divine will and following divine law and the Templar rule, which is divine law, and the pillars of chivalry, it creates balance in commerce, in the earth, in all that is. And we are out of balance now, and it is our job and our mission to bring that into balance. What I saw and what I know and why I joined this is not a joiner. You will see if you look on leadership page that my alternative title is Grand Poobah from the Flintstones, if you're not familiar with that cultural reference. I do not disregard the titles, but I'm kind of funny about them because I'm all non nobis domine, right? And our titles are just here to say what we do. And I was Grand Marshal before, and I didn't feel like that fit who I was or what I was supposed to do, and Spirit says so too. And Prince Matthew knows me and felt too, and he found this title, Grand Alchemist, which is perfect because I pulled together certain elements as guided to create a little magic and things that work together to do missions, to direct energy. As Templars, we are masters of energy, our own energy, to align in balance, and directing that energy and working with the grids of Gaia, the Templaric grids. They're called Templaric grids for a reason. More will be revealed about this. You will see solutions happening that you couldn't have imagined happening. The 7 institutions that Prince Matthew has restored and done the lineal and legal work for, and licensing for, from the courts to the university, the IGO and the ancient church and the Templars, they all work together as an enterprise solution, even if some are independent and will bring in people from the outside. The Templar stream lives. Whether or not you're in this order in particular, you're a Templar anyway. I see Templars. I know Templars. I can smell them in a room. And I know who's doing Templaric work. There are light workers all over who, just like Alone with Spirit, go and do work on the grids and perform rituals. And it is part of a grand and magnificent plan. And we all have an important piece to play. And you, if you have been drawn here, I'm guessing that you have a mission. You may not specifically know what it is, but you know generally what it is and what you're called here to do. Some of you know specifically and have received downloads and blueprints and instructions on things to do. And as an order, as a family, we are coming together now. We are going to be, this, if you're on the Ning platform right now, it is not optimal, and we are working on that, but we're just going to have to hold together the family there for now until we have a better system, which I'm working on and we're working on, that is mobile and has a lot of other features, because we're going to be sharing media, we're going to be sharing a lot of things, and we're going to have the technology to do that. We appreciate you members and your support right now. We do not make a bunch of money from membership. We are right now, it is just enough to just pay some basic, internet bills and some of those costs. We do encourage tithing to us or to other humanitarian organizations or whatever the cause du jour is. Tithing, I am feeling to say this and share with you, is a technology. It is part of the technology of nature and the divine plan. And 10% also includes self-care, self-growth, healing work that is a form of service and help to the world. So it's important that you know that too. But you know, we are working on larger funding, which we almost had, again, we've almost had a couple of times some big movements come through that will be able to enable to ignite these institutions and missions and also support your missions. We're not looking for a factory of membership and merchandising to do that. We will be creating commerce for all of us that will become a regenerative system of funding that will then fund the missions, fund your missions, and this work that we've been brought here to do. We may be doing some special fundraising for some upcoming legal costs that we have, and to keep our institutions all up to date and nonprofit status, while we are seeking and developing the relationships that we do have that are very important with the court, with much of this work and sovereign institutions. We are a sovereign nation, Templars. We are a nation of our own. And with what we have the potential to create some really huge change, to build some really big systems. And I thank you for walking with. I hope that I have served to share what is going on and why we're here, and to know that this order has been purified. And anytime there's misalignment, I have watched over the years, again, patterns. I've felt it, I've known it, and the order knows it, the stream knows it. It gets ejected and purified if it is not pure of intention and energy. So if you have come here, you know, I'm taking us offline, off of public social media, and going to be putting us on private social media, and then also just within our member platform. We only want to deal with adept initiates. We assume that if you have come, you have already gotten to a point where you've been through some pretty heavy-duty initiations and training on your own. Because if you give yourself and say to God that you are in service, say to Spirit, Source, that you are in service, you will immediately begin initiations. Because God's going to clean us and purify us until we are just stripped away of everything we are not, to remember who we are. And we have all come here from multiple lifetimes and training. And you know this, every bit of our path, we are everything that we have ever been, with all of the skills and all of the knowledge within us to access. And as this energetic raises, and we assist this energetic to raise for the new golden age, which is what we are creating, we are going to make amends. We are going to clean some messes. We are going to make some new systems that operate in the way that they should operate, just like nature does. And the people that are called right now, the Templars, are not to be out front like a big parade leader. We act quietly within our communities and building these structures and systems. And yes, we raise the Templar flag, and yes, we are a family, but it is, you know, we're working on an OS, on an operating system, rather than, you know, being the whole thing. We just work on some of the software that runs the programs, right? We are setting up groups and activating a little more, and we are going to be having some meetings face-to-face with you to know you, and gather as a family and get to know what everybody's gifts are and service is, and arrange the pieces on the chessboard, because it's time to play. And thank you for listening to this, and bless you all for coming and for trusting and feeling truth, not just listening to the words. Over now.